Hello,
Thank
Hannah.
you, Hannah.
Hello, can you hear me?
We
Yes.
can. How are
Okay,
you?
perfect. Oh, thank you so much. I enjoyed so much listening to all of the people, and it was really so helpful to, yeah, and everything like was, I feel like was already said, and yeah, it's just yeah, I'm new here, by the way, and
Yes.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your work. I yeah
Thank you.
came across your channel like I don't know a little bit less than 1 year ago, and it helped me so much to really uncover like it feels like shedding layers
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
everything. And yeah, it has been super helpful.
I'm
And
so
yeah,
happy.
currently I'm working with the fourth feather. And yeah, last half a year, basically, I really took what you said, Pernilla, to my core, which is feel. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to feel and be in the body because also in like I'm doing also like I'm on this path since quite some time and like being meditating and whatnot. And I really realized that I didn't integrate the body at all.
Yeah.
So that's really what's at the table now. Really
Yeah. I
come back
love
to
that.
the body, feel, and yeah.
I love that so much.
That's wonderful.
So much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said you have been meditating for quite a while. What is your
Yes. So like, yeah, 10 years or something like that. But like also like being into Buddhism and then non-duality kind of like 4 years ago.
yeah.
And yeah, yeah, and now I'm really glad. So it's been super helpful. And also at the moment, I'm kind of like with my meditation, has also been shifting is that I feel like some time ago it was more like this kind of natural meditation, sitting with like just sitting. And I feel like now, whenever I do this at the moment, like after 10 minutes or something, some strong emotion comes up
Mm.
in some kind of way. And I have no idea where it comes from.
Mm.
Sometimes I have to move.
Yeah.
But now at the moment, it's actually quite hard to just sit in silence. But I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that's what is now, what's on the
Yeah,
It's
table.
it's
exactly.
And
exactly that. It's so fascinating with the body because whatever we have been suppressing, and again, it's not something that we are consciously aware of. It's subconsciously that we are suppressing it because we have this idea and belief that I am something. So we are suppressing it. So when we start to meditate and we're sitting in silence and we're just, noticing what is arising, the body goes, great, here you go. And then it will arise and it will surface. So for you just to allow it to arise and welcome it as like we talked about with Maria, with having that depression that arises and just have that absolute okayness with what is arising and having that I'm here for it. I see you and I hear you and I feel you and it's okay. You can arise. You don't have to tell me why you're here. It's completely fine. And just create that space for it. That alone is in many cases, deep trauma can completely vanish and it's just not an issue anymore. And we don't know what happened. We don't know what it was about. We just feel different.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also throughout the day, I try to really observe like reactions that happen. And if I have
Yeah.
time at the moment, I really try to go into the core of it and try to uncover and see what's underneath, like of
Yeah.
fear, anger, guilt, and shame, and then
Yeah.
just be with it as best as
Yeah.
I can. And sometimes when the moment is not quite right to do it, I have now somehow of a habit to sit down before I sleep and like think about the things that
Yeah.
happened during the day that triggered some kind of fear, but like maybe some just on the thought level and really just a slight fear. And then I sit down and like, okay, what was that?
Yeah.
And without like trying to get too much in the story, I try
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
just be with the fear and like lovingly embrace it and
I
be
love
with
that
the
so much.
situation.
And it's wonderful. I really love that. Really, really love that. Are you in Discord?
Not yet, but I'm very,
Gosh, you
really,
have
really,
to. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you have
And
to. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would absolutely love to, yeah, also inquire with more people, be
Yeah,
part of an inquiry group, and like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's so helpful. I mean, the study groups are so helpful. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
And
Amazing.
one question about like,
Yeah.
it's just a very like day-to-day thing, but which I noticed, and I'm not quite sure in what how can I approach it in the right way. And it's really, for example, like throughout my whole life, I have this habit of eating really fast and like being somewhere else with my head completely off.
Yeah.
And I really noticed that, whoa, what's happening? Because when I'm cooking, I'm kind of like, I feel it has like some kind of like the want, desire, motivation, like, oh, nice, now I'm getting like the nice food, whatever. But when I sit it there, I cannot really enjoy it. And I'm off somewhere else. I'm even thinking about dessert or like taking the next bite without being able to enjoy the bite now. It's like
Yeah.
crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, what is that? And yeah, I don't know if it plays into the fourth or the third feather, maybe, or both.
Yeah, and second, yeah. Absolutely. You can do 4 or 5 exercises with, and you can address that in a moment.
Hmm.
Um, but when we have things about eating, we tend to think that it's about the food, about weight, about, the nourishment and that. But there's so many other things. When we eat something where we chew and we really give ourselves time to chew, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the calming nervous system. But if you have a nervous system that, since you were in the womb, have taught you that you need to be alert, you need to be aware of what is happening, then that is not being activated, and you will swallow your food whole so you don't have to chew, because that is danger. It can
Yeah,
also be,
exactly. I don't have the, I feel like I don't have the patience
yeah,
to
exactly.
just chew a lot, just like rub down. Yeah.
So what I would recommend you to do is notice that there is a habit in you to eat in a certain way, because that was your causes and conditions. You were taught to do that to survive in your family.
Mm.
Now you can eat in a different way. And I would Toddy has made a really good eating inquiry that I can recommend you to do. It's on Fetter Mindfulness.
Mhm.
But also, would you talk about some 4 or 5 things with
Yeah, of course.
eating?
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious because when you said like, what's going on there, I'm curious, have you made it a point to, while you're cooking, become aware of what's going on in your experience? And then likewise, when you're sitting down to eat, what is actually going on in your experience? And when you're thinking about, so basically like every time you find that you're not present in the moment and you're deflecting into thought about the next bite or dessert or what the next thing is going to be. I would love for you to come back into the body and to feel what is actually being felt right then. What is it? Is there something in the process of cooking or the process of eating, which might be what Pernilla was just talking about, or something else that is uncomfortable to be there doing it? Like, are you uncomfortable?
Yeah,
And
absolutely. I just don't know what.
well, but can you feel it? Is there something that's physically
Mm,
off in the body, which is
mm,
often one of the main culprits?
mm.
Also, notice if you are having thoughts that are about like what happens if you sit and you're just really present, taking the fork up to the mouth, putting the food in, and you said you don't have patience to chew and do that, but I think that's a deflection. I
Mm,
think it's not that you have a lack of patience, but that
Mhm,
there's something that you would come in contact with if you were truly present
mhm.
that is uncomfortable. And so that's what I'm curious for you to get into contact with is, what is it? Is there a thought? Is there an emotion? Is there some other sensation in the body? What specifically is here, which is really unpleasant or unbearable or unwanted when you are completely present with the process of eating? Is there something that feels no, 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 and then you're ejecting off into the future? Have you had a sense of that in the past, or will that be a new investigation for you?
Yeah, I feel like I just stopped at the point of like discomfort and impatience. And it didn't go much further than that.
How
Yeah.
does the impatience show up for you?
You mean like the sensations in the body?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
how do you recognize it as impatience?
Yeah.
What exactly is that experience?
How do you know it's
Yeah.
impatience?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, some kind of like tingling in the fingers and in the stomach or like
Mhm.
here. So something that's like I don't know. Give me
Yeah.
something else. This is not good enough.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's maybe it's fear actually or shame. Yeah.
Impatience is, like Todd says, is a diversion.
yeah.
You're not
Mm,
impatient. There's something underneath that, but
mm,
you put a label on that is more comfortable to
Mhm.
mhm,
be
okay.
with and talk about than what it actually is.
Okay. I see.
So
Okay.
so you can start off by being with that tingling in the fingers and the feeling in the
Mhm,
stomach or the chest and just feel that. What happens if you don't do anything about that? What happens if you don't rush for the next bite or go on for dessert or think about the future? What happens if you give that your full attention? And if that is, well, one thing you might find that it's totally fine to be equanimous, even with that feeling, and to not have to use that as proof that you have to rush to the next course or get up, or even that you don't have you don't have to use that as proof that you even are impatient. This is just a sensation in the body.
yeah.
It doesn't mean anything, right? There's an assumption that this feeling in my fingertips means I'm impatient. If we say that out loud, it sounds kind of absurd, right? But it's the mental connection that happens that makes it mean something else that it doesn't. So stay with the fingertips, stay with the sensation in the chest, in the stomach. See if you can become equanimous with the fact that they are there.
Mhm,
And then when that maybe starts to change or dissolve, see what's underneath that. If there is, sitting here, is there a feeling of, like you said, fear or shame or loneliness or sadness
mm,
or something else that's like, we can't get in contact with that? Or like Pernilla said, we can't talk about that. So I'll just talk about my impatience for getting to dessert, right? What is really there when you're completely present with what is showing up in the body and in the emotional state, and how is that propelling you out into thoughts and out into the future? Because I think coming into contact with that is going to be much more um, enlightening, or it's gonna show a lot more of um, why there's been a resistance to just being with things as they are, and then you can work with it at that level, as opposed to just trying to, I don't know, power through, or
Mm.
maintain um, sort of a forceful direction of just being able to sit and eat or something like that. I think there's something underneath it that is
mm,
more important to discover.
And then also notice that your mind, when you do that, that your mind might create a story.
Mm.
Oh, it's because my brother,
Yeah.
when we were kids, he always poked me with his fork,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
it was because my dad, he was eating so quick that I had to eat much, much quicker, otherwise I wouldn't get any food
Or I was taught that it was shameful to eat,
to
and so I
eat.
have to
So I
get it
have to
down
do it as
fast.
quick as possible. Whatever story your mind is creating is just another diversion.
mhm.
It's just another way for you to talk about something that you're more comfortable talking about than how it actually feels.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I would love to hear
Yeah.
next chapter
Yeah.
when we meet in June. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate so much everything you do. So
Thank you so
thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
It's been great
Thank you.
meeting you.
Yeah. Yeah, really lovely. We have created a course of our first Fetter material. This course will walk you step by step through all of the ways in which identification is created and selfing happens. If you've been struggling to see through the self-structure or have that first awakening shift, this course contains hundreds of tools to help you discover the selfing mechanisms when they're happening, and then see through the illusion of identification that are created. Along with over 14 hours of videos, this $49 course contains a full book worth of summaries, extrapolations on the videos, written inquiry suggestions, and other text. So work slowly, leave time for integration. This is powerful material and it can be life-changing.